It's time for me to say something incredibly controversial right now. On this channel, I know, I would never, but this genuinely, unironically, is pissing me off. So I gotta speak out about it, right? I'm going on Twitter, and I see this mademoiselle typing that I have never made a more desperate plea. Okay, so this is crucial, important for her life. Like she is desperate. Now, you gotta understand, she is from a first world country, so desperation means video games, okay? Like video games have brought this lady to the brink of desperation. And she is saying that she needs you guys, right? So you, your dad, your mother, your all of you, right? You have to do something. Because she was playing a game and someone casted mean words towards her, right? Like someone was disrespecting this mademoiselle in a video game. The world is ending. We need to stop the presses. This is some serious stuff. Like, I don't, look, if you're a person from Eastern Europe that is worried about not being able to pay rent or not being able to put food on your table, well, stop worrying for a little bit and let's help this lady out because she is in dire need of distress. Someone insulted her inside the video game. Like, can you imagine? I am struggling to think. I cannot believe. Like, in 2024, what is Joe Biden doing? What is Kamala Harris doing? Like, can they not take a break and fix this issue? Now, I gotta say, okay, I watched the video. Absolutely horrifying. The guy does indeed say something awful. Like, the worst thing you can imagine, okay? Like, go through the English language. Take the worst. That is what this guy has said in the video game. Now I know it's difficult. I know, like, finding the mute button, it's an esoteric thing. Like, this is some magic that only the most powerful of us can do. So I can't really expect that random people online find the mute button. Instead, you know what we need to do? We need to ask the corporations to educate us. Like we need corporations, for-profit entities, to instill behavior. And what does that look like? Oh yeah, it looks like putting AI in video games. It means listening in to every single conversation like it's the fucking Soviet Union. Like Nazi Germany itself is taking over video games, so everything that you say needs to be monitored. I mean, that would certainly increase the fun aspect of it, wouldn't it? Like, imagine you're going to a restaurant and the waiter bugs your table. Like, he puts microphones under your table because someone somewhere may say something offensive to someone else at the dinner table. And that can't be acceptable, can it? Right? So, like, we should live in a society where people being listening in is normalized in order to prevent other people having a potty mouth over the fucking internet. And you know, like, what really baffles my brain is the fact that she is smiling. Like you can see here that she is biting her lower lip in order not to chuckle. Clearly she is devastated by what this guy said. And given the difference in accents, I can also tell that the guy is from a different continent than she is. The danger is real, I'm telling you. No, but unironically, you know, I've been noticing the way the internet is going. It's like there are people craving for this shit. Like they want spyware on their computer. And the spyware is there for your safety, of course. Like everything you say needs to be monitored, needs to be listened in so that a company can harvest your data, force you to make like a PSN account or some shit, just so that they can moderate better. That is the guys, right? But of course, the company then takes your data, sells it to third parties, sells it to advertisers, cashes in $120 for the game that makes even more money on your personal information without lowering the price of the game or the quality or anything like that, normalizes this behavior of censorship, and is to please a very small and fringe group of people. Because honestly, I'm going on various forums, I do not see that many people begging for censorship. But here's the thing, you know, like, why can't we actually have two types of servers? Like, I am willing to meet these individuals halfway. I am willing to do what they want to do. You know, like, okay, have one server that is completely monitored. Like you get your spyware there, you get everything you want, maximum moderation, you name it, because you are incapable of finding the mute button. It is the elusive spell. You have no idea that this function even exists. So you want to play with your safety. Okay, you know, have that server, and then another server for the mean people. right? Like Skullfuck47 that wants to fuck your mom over Xbox, he gets to be on that server. It would be only consenting adults, right? Like you would have to get like a disclaimer before joining the server. It's like, are you sure that you are capable of handling mean and harsh words online? This server is filled with gamer words. Are you sure you want to join? And that way, people like her can be happy, and she would play on the nice server with all the bunnies and kittens, and all the evil people, all the nasty, toxic people would play amongst each other. Again, is it wrong if you say a slur towards someone if they consent? Like, if I want to say slurs, and the other person consents, and the other person wants to say slurs to me, and I consent, is there evil in this interaction? Is there any harm going on? Is there any problem with this? I am willing to bet that she would say yes. I am willing to bet that, like, even if she wasn't playing on my server, even if she wasn't there, like, just the fact that somewhere out there, some people are having fun, doing some trash talking, like, she just, no. Why is it happening? Why is it, like, because she is not in control. And by the way, I'm not even thinking that she is the problem. I don't even know who the lady is. Obviously, she's a streamer. Obviously, she wants to get clout. Obviously, she wants to get clickbait, which is like, 7.3 million views and stuff. But, like, seriously, first of all, doesn't it annoy you when companies become more and more invasive? And because there used to be a time when you didn't even need to make an account. Like, you just have Half-Life or Quake on your computer, you double-click that executable, and as long as someone else on the world would do the same, you are online, you are playing with each other. There was no moderation, no trust and safety, nothing, okay? Now you need to make an account, you need to link your phone number. In some places in Ireland, you want to make a PlayStation Network account, you need to link in your government ID. You got all these companies talking about how everything is monitored by AI and everything you say is recorded. Oh, they have your information, now they got hacked. All your information is now on the dark web. Like, is this really good though? Like, is this really desirable? Is this the type of world we want to raise our children in? You cannot mute people. Is it that difficult to just mute someone? Does it bother you that someone is not even doing something illegal, but they're having a potty mouth while playing a video game? And by the way, you know how they always say, well, men can't cry. Men can't cry, and that's harmful because a man needs to experience all sorts of emotions because otherwise they keep them bottled up and eventually they explode. Well, what can men be toxic? What if a man legitimately, unironically wants to be toxic and they're doing it in a virtual space where no one gets hurt? You're playing a video game where you're shooting people in the head. You're committing acts of violence by murdering these fictional characters, and that's fine. But heaven forbid someone with a potty mouth comes in. That is completely devastating and just destroys your experience. And by the way, I've been on the receiving end of it as well. Like, I've been playing multiplayer games, and there were people that were toxic to me. And you know what? Toxicity doesn't really bother me. What bothers me is grifting. This lady actually leaves the match while it is going. Right? Like, that is actually more toxic. If you're playing a team-playing game, and one of the people, especially if it's ranked, one of the people decides to quit, that ruins the experience for 4 other people. Yeah, I genuinely think hampering your team is even worse than saying potty mouth, which you can mute. Again, very controversial, I know. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think, though, right? Like, am I in the wrong here? Is my observation incorrect? No, unironically, I genuinely want to know what other gamers think, because it's always, every single time, it's a monologue. Like, I get to hear these people saying, oh, well, the internet is unsafe, blah, blah, blah. Is there really no other side of this coin? Is there really nothing that polite conversation can be had in order to prevent a different worldview, a different point? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know what you think. And as always, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.